Hallo und herzlich willkommen zurück zu King's Quest 2. Bei der letzten Folge haben wir etwas über die Oma hier erfahren und wir haben einen Ring bekommen und einen Umhang, der irgendwie wichtig ist für eine bestimmte Gruppe Personen, aber wir wissen noch nicht für wen. Und ich denke, jetzt ist es Zeit, endlich zum Schloss zu gehen. Ich bin mal gespannt. Ja, komm. So. Oder geh doch hier lang. Es ist ganz ungewohnt, ihn jetzt mit dem Umhang zu sehen. Aber finde ich cool, dass man das auch wirklich sieht, wie er den umhat. Was auch immer der uns dann später bringt. Aber ich meine, besser wir sind mal vorbereitet. Ja, nee, geh mal hier durch. So, ich habe jetzt auch wieder mein Zettelchen, damit ich weiß, wo wir hin müssen. So, also einmal nach unten. Einmal nach rechts. Dann nach links. Dann nach unten. Dann nach rechts. Oh nee, warte, nicht in den Sumpf. Okay, passt. Dann wieder nach unten. Dann nach links. Und nochmal. Dann nach oben. Und dann nochmal nach links. Dann sollten wir es geschafft haben. Jo, okay. Gut. Dann speichern wir nochmal. Und geben dir die goldenen Münzen.
The boatman accepts your payment and motions for you to climb into the boat. The shrouded ghoul paddles across the toxic lake to the shore on the other side.
Okay, kann ich nochmal mit dir reden?
The boatman has nothing more to say.
Okay. Na dann, gehen wir mal
The
direkt.
sharp thorns brush against your skin. However, instead of feeling intense pain, you only experience a slight tingling sensation. Evidently, the magic sugar cube did its job.
Okay, schon mal gut. Das heißt, wir hätten hier wahrscheinlich sterben können. Aber ich fühle mich gut vorbereitet. Wir haben das Kreuz auch, um uns zu beschützen und alles andere. Ich speichere lieber nochmal. Hello?
When you speak to the ghosts, they utter a mournful wail. When you speak to the ghosts, they utter...
Okay. Ich weiß ja nicht. Ich glaube nicht, dass sie uns einfach so reinlassen. Deswegen gucke ich mal. Kann ich gar nicht hier nach links oder rechts? Oder kann ich irgendwas machen, um die... Oh, okay, es geht weiter. Hier liegt der Mann von der Oma. Wir gucken mal die Grabsteine an.
Susanna Somnia, 1195 to 1265. He had put her to bed after she'd had supper, but forgot next morning to stir and wake up her. Douglas Buckmaster, 995 to 1020. The noise, said he, is far too loud, as he discerned the maddened crowd. The mob broke in, then he did scream, I'd rather this a sight unseen. They strung him up from toe to head, and as for after, enough's been said. Mary Ann Drinkwater, 1230 to 1266. They had traveled safely for many a day, until crossing a bridge along their way, she lost her balance and fell to her fate. He tried to save her, but it was too late.
Oh no.
Lord Herbert and Lady Lillian, 1646 to 1668. Loving parents of Anastasia, beloved son and daughter-in-law of Count Caldor and Countess Lavidia, our enemies be warned, their untimely deaths shall be avenged. Lord Herbert,
Ja, hatte ich
this
schon.
cemetery.
Geh mal ein Stückchen weiter weg.
Lord
Ach so, die liegen da mit 2 Steinen anscheinend.
This grave is centrally located within the cemetery. A stone gargoyle rests atop it. You see the name on the headstone and swallow hard. It says, Count Caldar, died 1646. Though you did not think it possible, you suddenly feel a lot colder.
Kann ich hier irgendwas machen? Ich weiß ja nicht.
You'd rather...
Nee. Wir gucken mal weiter. Ist das hier auch noch ein Grabstein vorne?
Kitty, 1500 to 1510. Sudden did the illness come upon sweet Kitty, no longer young. There is nothing more that can be done. Her lives are up. She's had her fun.
Ach, solange sie Spaß hatte. Ist das hier?
Tombs and crypts line the edge of this run-down cemetery. Though once grand and noble, years of neglect have obviously taken their toll on them.
Aber da kann ich, denke ich mal, nicht rein, oder? Nee, da geht er nicht hin. Okay, gucken wir weiter.
M. Riggs and R. Murtaugh, date of death, 98. They got too old for that. The last word is faded and you cannot read it. Probably just as well. Boris and Olga. There was an old couple named Olga and Stovich, who in truth made quite a nice pair. They lived with each other for many long years, till they wound up in each other's hair. Date of death, 1567. Count Christopher Evere, 1175 to 1200. The young Evere, his time so near, said he, my dear, lend me your ear. Please do not fear, my life ends here.
Okay, geht's da noch irgendwie weiter? Nee. Er geht nur wieder nach vorne.
Count Bartholomew Scrooge, 1017 to 1101. To warnings he would pay no mind. Of his ailing health, his relatives they'd bide their time. After all, he had great wealth.
Okay, Mr. Scrooge also.
Samuel You Believe, 1255 to 1300. This young man sought to be holy, to save himself from being lowly. He joined the hood and wore their cloth, eventually died from professional sloth.
Okay, also das könnte vielleicht auf den Umhang hinweisen. Da geht er auch nicht rein. Ja, ich weiß nicht, ob er hier irgendwas macht.
This particular gargoyle will not become animated and start talking to you.
Ja, ich weiß.
This particular...
Okay. Aber ist irgendwie auch alles ein bisschen sinnfrei.
There's no... You'd rather...
Nee. Okay, und ich glaube, in die Richtung ging es jetzt auch nicht weiter. Es sieht so aus, als könnte man hier nicht mehr irgendwo hin. Nee, okay. Ja, ich weiß nicht, was bringt uns das? Oder ist hier noch irgendwas?
You are not eager to carry around human
Okay,
remains.
das sind also wirklich Knochen. Okay. Ich glaube, ich versuche nochmal. Wobei, nee, ich glaube, man kann nirgendwo anders hin.
The main entrance to the castle is a set of heavy wooden doors. It looks to be fairly solid. It also looks to be entirely unwelcoming.
Kann ich anklopfen? Die lassen...
As you approach the ghosts wearing the black cloak, they seem to notice you, and then begin to drift away towards the cemetery.
Ah, okay, cool. Ja dann, klopf mal.
As you reach to push the massive doors open, you realize there are no handles. The only thing visible is a small keyhole, which slightly resembles a cross.
Okay, kann ich hier meine Kette reinstecken?
You remove the cross from around your neck.
Ja, okay, dann gehen wir ein Stück zur Seite, bitte.
Having an idea, you push the crucifix into the cross-shaped keyhole. It fits. You hear a click, and the door unlocks.
Nice. Okay, ja dann.
This area feels... You push the heavy wooden door open, take a deep breath, and step nervously inside the castle entrance. The moment you enter the great hall of the castle, you begin shivering uncontrollably, and not just from the cold. This place has an air of death wherever you go. As if creeping around this huge castle was not enough, knowing full well that an undead creature resides here would unnerve even the most stout-hearted of adventurers, you feel desperate to get what you came for and anxious to leave as quickly as possible.
Ja. Ich werde noch einmal speichern. Denn jetzt geht's, glaube ich, richtig los hier. Wir gucken erstmal, wer da so hängt.
The portraits on the wall depict the couple who once lived here. They look young and proud. Behind the mask of apathy that comes with aristocracy, there's a certain kindness in their eyes.
Sind es die, die gerade als Geist draußen waren?
The portraits on the wall
Okay.
The fireplace looks as if it has not been used in quite a long time. You shudder, both from the cold and from the thought that the resident likely has no need of a warm house.
Aber die Kerzen sind an.
You admire the twin chandeliers. You decide that you simply must have replicas made for your own throne room
Ja,
someday.
das ist jetzt das Wichtigste.
Some barrels and boxes have been stacked here. You presume they are just storage containers. Nothing to be concerned about.
Kann ich meine Kerze hier vielleicht anmachen?
It would be a good idea if you could reach that
Okay.
high.
Okay. Ja, wo gehen wir hin? Hier unten? Oder nach oben? Ich glaube, ich gehe mal hier weiter. Die Bibliothek.
This marble bust must be of a past count. While it has some resemblance to the current one, the face looks markedly different from that of the town statue.
Kann ich jetzt meine Kerze anmachen? Ah,
You hold your candle up to the candelabra flame. It catches. Your candle is now lit.
okay. Kann ich mir denn Bücher angucken?
This would appear to be the classic fiction section. This would appear... These books pertain to the ever-expanding world of science. As you skim over the titles, you see one that says, Evidence of a Spherical World. You shake your head. What will they think of next?
Ja, crazy.
This bookcase appears to recount the entire family history of the past counts of Kalima. The line apparently dates back many, many centuries. It is a collection of literature dealing with the arrival of the first mages and what became of their descendants, who were and are all mages themselves. Evidently, the Count must be one such descendant, hence his apparent interest in the subject.
Okay, kann ich Bücher lesen?
Even though you would like to read up on how Daventry's own first king arrived with the others of his kind, you have more important things to do right now.
Okay.
You have no interest. Science has always been a controversial subject in your mind. You'd rather hang on to the perception of the world that you were brought up with.
Okay.
You are not interested in a family history lesson. Perhaps another time. You have no need to hide behind the curtains.
Könnte ich aber.
You have no...
Okay.
The bust, being made of marble, is smooth and cold to the touch.
Gut, vielleicht können wir später
You have
hier
no...
wieder hin und uns entweder verstecken oder vielleicht gibt es hier noch einen Geheimgang oder sowas. Das könnte ich mir gut vorstellen. Und hier geht es ja nicht weiter, oder? Nee. Gut, dann gehen wir doch erstmal nach oben. Wobei, warte mal, warte. Da war doch gerade was hinten, was interessant aussieht. Das hier.
You have no interest.
Ist das echt nur ein Buch?
This would appear... You have no...
Okay.
You have...
Anscheinend ist es nur ein Buch, das ein wenig merkwürdig aussieht. Gut, dann gehen wir mal hier die Treppe nach oben. Aha. Ein Spaten.
You take the shovel into your possession.
Okay. Das heißt, wir könnten auf dem Friedhof graben. Das nehme ich davon mit. Also das denke ich mir so. Das könnte dafür sein. Aber hier geht's nicht weiter anscheinend. Okay, dann... Nein, ich wollte eigentlich nur nach oben gehen. Okay, kannst du hier rausgucken?
The window looks out onto the island far below. Through it, you see that the bricks of the castle might provide some footholds if you are inclined to go climbing.
Okay, also wir könnten hier theoretisch raus, wenn uns etwas nach oben treibt. Das ist schon mal ganz gut zu wissen, wo so die Orte sind, wo ich mich verstecken kann oder wo ich abhauen kann. Aber wo ist der Bewohner? Das Monster. Dann mal hoch auf die andere Seite. Okay.
It is a long dining table completely covered with dust. Scratches scar the legs of the table.
Ich gehe mal dorthin.
This is just a small storage room. Rows of red wine barrels are neatly stacked and piled along the wall. At least you think they contain wine. Seeing nothing else of real importance, you head back into the dining room.
Okay, aber könnte ich mich hier auch verstecken?
They feel dusty and worn, but still soft. They feel dust. You don't have time.
Gut, dann gehen wir weiter hier hin und hoffen, dass es da irgendwas gibt. Okay, hier geht's nach unten.
The staircase beyond is very dark. Fortunately, your candle provides just enough light to see where you are going.
Okay, das ist gut. Ich glaube, ich möchte nochmal speichern. Hier ist doch Licht. Okay. Will ich da reingucken?
The lid of the beautifully carved coffin is
Ach
closed.
so. Kann ich das so?
A
Nee,
stab.
so kann ich es nicht aufmachen.
There is no
Okay,
reason.
so auch nicht. Dann vielleicht doch mit meiner Schaufel.
You have no reason.
Kann ich es einfach wegdrücken?
The thick black cloak that you are wearing hampers your efforts to lift the coffin lid. Try removing the cloak first.
Oh, okay. Ich hoffe, das ist nicht schlimm.
You remove the black cloak again.
Okay.
Nervously, you lift the heavy lid of the elegant coffin. You peek into its red satin interior. The coffin is unoccupied, and you feel relief wash over you.
Sind wir uns da sicher, dass da niemand drin war?
As you prepare to look inside the coffin,
King Graham, I presume.
you turn on your heel. There, blocking the only exit from this dismal room, stands the Count. His skin is pale, his eyes jet black. He wears a black cloak nearly identical to the one that you possess.
You know me?
Ah, yes indeed. Sister Hagatha alerted me to your arrival, dear king.
Okay, ja. Und er sieht definitiv noch so aus wie der Mann von der Oma.
Desperate to stall for time, you query the Count.
Sister Hagatha, you say? Who is she?
The Count regards you with a suspicious glare.
Though I suspect you already know the answer, Hagatha is a charming mage who does as she pleases in this land.
Strange. I was not aware a new ruler had been elected.
Do not be foolish. Hagatha has no interest in the politics of this wretched place, nor do I, in point of fact. Death tends to diminish one's taste for power. No, at present, she is interested only in one thing, as am I, your destruction.
Okay. Tot.
In an instant, you are flat against the wall. The Count has you pinned so well you can't move a muscle, much less put up a defense. You can feel the Count's iron-cold hand on your throat. You have barely seconds before the inevitable happens.
Oh shit. Okay, was mache ich? Ja, keine Ahnung.
Your hand fumbles around, trying to locate the hilt of your sword. You soon discover that due to the nature of your current predicament, you are unable to reach it.
Warte. Du bist ein Vampir, ne?
The Count snatches the cross key from you, and to your complete surprise, kisses it. A sarcastic grin flickers on his face for a moment.
God bless Colima.
Oh Mist.
Good idea, but it is too large to handle easily at the moment.
Shit.
With difficulty, you manage to loosen the ruby ring from your finger and drop it to the floor. The Count's eyes dart to it quickly, then flash angrily back to you.
Where did you get that?
The elderly woman who lives in a house to the south of here, near the beach. She gave it to me for helping her.
The Count regards you for a moment. His dark eyes bore unendingly into yours, and you feel as if your very soul is bare.
What do you know of her?
She is not well.
I know. Do you think I am not aware of that?
You are sweating profusely. Hopefully this vampire doesn't find the odor appetizing.
Night is the most dangerous of times for my mortal family. I have kept constant vigil over my wife for many years, so that from the darkness, no harm would come to her. When her time comes, we will be together forever.
I think tonight will be the night. I have seen her this very eve. I did what I could to help her, but I do not think it was enough.
As you watch the giant bat fly out of the room, you remember that the Count confiscated your crucifix. Without it, you are trapped in this castle. Now, what are you going to do?
Okay. Also der wird jetzt wahrscheinlich zu seiner Frau fliegen und vielleicht über sie wachen. Ist hier noch irgendwo?
You are loath to touch anything in this room.
Ist da was drin?
You peer into the ornate coffin. Finding it unoccupied, you see that the interior is lined with shiny red satin.
Ah.
At long last, you have located the final gem, the Death Gem. You breathe deeply, reach out, and take the stone in your hands. It is ice cold to the touch, but you don't care. This is the last thing you need to unlock the door of destiny. Now all you have to do is get out of here.
Okay. Wir können nicht normal rausgehen. Wir könnten aber dann ja runterklettern vielleicht. Erstmal ziehe ich den wieder an. Nein?
You don't feel like wearing the cloak anymore.
Okay. Ich dachte... Gut. Wir haben nichts mehr, was uns wirklich beschützen kann. Dann versuchen wir mal runter zu klettern. Ich hoffe, das funktioniert jetzt auch. Ja, und dann mal gucken, was mit dem Count hier ist.